Hello, my name is Ben Nathan. Now, if you've clicked through to this video, the chances are your trading standards aren't up to speed and you're not where you want to be when it comes to your monthly profit. Now, over the years, I've had the pleasure of teaching many students to go from where you are now and to be successful. And believe it or not, the majority of these students were all where you are now for the same reason. I'm not talking about psychology, I'm not talking about consistency, I'm not even talking about finding the right strategy. There's something further into the heart of Forex trading that everybody needs to know about, but not many people do, and that's why they go wrong. So, in this complimentary video, we're going to address this key area, and from there, you'll have a good insight or a good starting point as to where you can focus your attention, and then that will then lead to you being more successful as a trader. Now, at the end of the video, we will discuss some further options available to you, but even if you just take away what's taught in this short video, it will make a difference to your trading. So let's get started. With almost all of my students, both private and group-based, they need an attitude adjustment when it comes to their approach to trading. Quite often or not, there'll be some underlying fundamental issue that's stopping them from progressing as a consistent trader. So we have to go back to basics. And to do that, we have to understand the true underlying power behind the markets and behind how and why they move. I like to think of it as a Forex flow. It's always going to start with the central banks. What they do either encourages or discourages spending into the economy, therefore into a currency, and of course affects things such as retail spend, inflation, economy, labour, and in turn, traders buy or sell into this, and of course, from there, what the big traders do will ultimately affect the economy and the value of the currency. So as you can see, there's a cycle or a flow to the Forex markets, but ultimately it will always lead back to the central banks. The central banks, of course, equate to Forex fundamentals. With every new student I take on and every consultation I make, I ask the student one question. If you were to invest in a horse to race and hopefully make money from, would you A, buy the horse that looks the best, looks prettiest and looks the most muscular, or B, spend all that money on a horse where you've researched the bloodlines it's come from, research the kind of champions that have come from that breeding line, research the breeders so you know whether they're a good breeder or a bad breeder, and research the way they're trained. Of course it would be option number 2, because you're investing, and if you're investing you need to know what you're investing in, otherwise you're just gambling. So I really encourage all traders to think of things fresh from an investment mindset. So you're not looking to buy a currency because it's pretty, you're looking to invest your hard-earned funds into either good currency or bad currency. So when you take that mental adjustment and approach the markets with this mindset, you have a fundamental outlook which dictates what you trade, and ultimately it will do one thing. It'll help you choose the correct pairs and direction to trade. Following from this, that will then inspire utmost confidence because you know what you've brought into, more importantly, why you've brought into it and why it was a good decision. Therefore, you'll close trades early much less often and you'll see more wins and less losses. So, therefore, at the end of this flow, you're going to see a measured improvement in consistency. That's not to say that technicals don't count. Technicals need to be used to manage a trade in terms of your entry, stop loss and take profit, but they should never ever be used as a reason to buy or sell a pair. It's simply not logical. The charts show what a pair is doing, but it doesn't show why it's moving. So you need to know why. It's all about the why. And this is where most people go wrong. So that's a really good area to improve on as a trader. Now, if you don't go anywhere more further with myself from this video, just take those points to heart, and I can guarantee you, you will see a measured improvement if you can grasp the concept. Now, to confirm this and to find out where you are going wrong and what you need to do and the kind of outlook you personally need as a trader, I do offer a free consultation. And we'll go into that in just a moment. But it's a one-to-one consultation where I will contact you via Skype or the telephone, and we'll have a conversation and discover together exactly where you're going wrong and what you need to do to start going right. And there's absolutely no commitment to it. There's no follow-up charges. It's 100% free consultation that's aimed to help you have a starting point of where you need to start improving as a trader. From there, if you are applicable and if you fit the criteria, you may be offered a place in my private coaching program. And the way that's set out is there's 5 sessions that are on a one-to-one basis, and they're designed to help you as a trader finally progress and either become consistent as a trader or at least be able to set your foot in the door of fund management, depending on what you need and depending on your own financial allowances. Session 1 is 1 hour long, and it's central bank training. Now, you'll notice it says no noise. The problem is with many educators and many trading programs is that they have to pack out their training to make it look more sellable. Well, that's noise as far as I'm concerned. I'm only interested in teaching people what they need to know and what they can actually use to profit. So the first thing you'll learn about is you're going to learn about the central banks, how they work, and how each one works in terms of what they look for from the markets and the kind of actions they take, and in turn how you can then profit from investing in those actions. Session 2 is all about resourcing. It's about the places you need to go, again, to filter out all of the noise and to be able to get the maximum amount of information that you actually need, but with the minimum screen time. So by the end of session 2, you'll know exactly how to approach the markets, but you'll also know how to approach the markets in a way that you know what the charts look like before you even open up your MT4. So you'll be able to approach the markets knowing exactly what's going on, but more importantly, why. You'll then know what and when you need to invest in. Session 3 is a trading plan training session, and that's where we go over your commitments as a trader, and we build a program or a strategy based exactly on your own trading times, your own situation, and how you operate as a trader in terms of your style. Following this, a few months later, we have session 4, which is very much a review session where we get to iron out any problems you've got and to instill more confidence in what you're doing. And then another 3 months later, we have another session with further personal development, and we discuss your career as a trader moving forward. So that could be trading your own funds, or if you don't have the capital to do that, then of course we look into fund management and look into how to build your profile and actually give you the means necessary to enter into that fund management area. So the question is now, where do we go from here? Well, the first thing you'll need to do is simply go to the internet and go to bennathanfx.com. And I'm going to show you that website now. So it's simply www.bennathanfx.com. It's a very simple website that outlines the program. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I offer a free consultation. The reason for this is because I don't have the time to train an infinite number of students. I have funds to trade and other commitments, so I can only take on 2 to 3 people per month for the private traded sessions. So to make sure I take on the right people and the kind of people that will benefit, I like to do a free consultation. So to do this, simply click on any of the buttons on any of the websites once you've been through our FAQ session, and simply fill in the short questionnaire, which will give me an idea of your mindset as of a trader, and that will then enable me to contact you as well via the details you've given to go through your free consultation and to discover what you need to do to move forward as a trader. And again, there's no commitment there. The chances of you being relevant for a private coaching program are fairly low. I have to turn many people away because they either don't have the mindset necessary or they don't have the funds that they need. There are many reasons. So the main thing that this consultation is for is just to discover who you are as a trader and what you need to do personally moving forwards to better yourself. So that's bennathanfx.com. Simply hit the apply button. There's no credit cards needed. It's just a simple questionnaire. And I'll then be in touch to follow up with you to deliver your consultation and to help you out in terms of moving forward. Thanks for listening.